Thank you very much for this advertising tech. So, I'm a crowd we are more interested to know from our wonderful speaker. On behalf of Advertising Club and its committee member, I welcome you all for this program. Have a lovely time. And one more, we have also launched Maddie's awards. Please get connected to so we have actually category, we have did a research and fine-tuned a lot in terms of the category and the process of the award. Now currently it has around 146 categories. So we have gone the length and width. So please post your creatives and your ideas whatever that you have done in the practice. And it's lovely to host you here for this program. Thank you very much. Now I call upon Mr. Anbu to give a intro about our speech.
Good evening, everybody. It's not that often that you get to introduce a friend who's Anantha has been a great friend. In fact, I had the privilege of studying with him for about 1 year in Vivekananda College before he went on to Banaras Hindu University to do his BTech. And I think, and he did his BTech mining, and I think he's only mining ideas now. Yeah. And after that, he also went to XLRI to complete his MBA. And I never knew, I lost touch with him, but suddenly one day I found him in Chennai on some, common place and realized that he was in advertising, just like me. And we were discussing, and then we realized that only both of us from that batch were in advertising. So great to have you here, and thanks for the time. And I'm a blogger, quizzer. In fact, during the .com days, he even started a startup, Mowgli. In fact, I was just asking him what happened to that. Mowgli.com, which in the .com days, and I think it was left because of lack of funding at that.
But after that, 4 startups.
Okay, yeah.
Still going.
Yeah. So he's the antithesis of an advertising. I am sure you agree with me. But a wonderful person, wonderful friend. Always anybody who interacted with him, they have felt the same way. And he's always there to help people, whether it's to connect people or to figure out a job opportunity. Anantha always does it. Stage is yours. And to stand in advertising club and talk on a topic like it's advertising dead, I think we should have the guts at a different level for that. So, waiting to hear that.
Thank you, ma'am. அன்பான வாக்காளர்களுக்கு என்னை பற்றி இனிப்பாக பேசிய திரு அன்புச்செழியன் அவர்களே, ஆட் கிளப்பின் தலைவர் அவர்களே, எனது ஆட் கிளப்பின் கழக கண்மணி அவர்களே, கண்மணிகளே, என் ரத்தத்தின் ரத்தமே, இதயத்தின் இதயமே, ஹெட்லைனின் ஃபாண்டே, லேஅவுட்டின் டிசைனே, இப்படி எல்லாம் எலெக்ஷன் டைம்ல நம்ம அட்வர்டைசிங்ல ரொம்ப பிஸியா இருக்கிறச்ச ஒருத்தன் வந்து இஸ் அட்வர்டைசிங் டேட்னு சொல்றான் அண்ட் ஆர்ஐபின்னு சொல்றான். ஆர்ஐபி பெரிய ஃபாண்ட் சைஸ்ல போட்டிருக்கான். இவனெல்லாம் செருப்பால் அடிக்க வேணாம் அப்படின்னு தோணலாம். பட் ஏன் இந்த கேள்வி கேட்டிருக்கான் அப்படின்னு I think we need to really think about it. Is advertising really dead? That's the topic of the day, and I want to talk about it because it's the elephant in the room. It's the most taboo topic that no one is discussing today. And what I did is, before I got into the topic, I kind of did what all ad agencies say when they go to a pitch. Hey, we did a dipstick study. 3 பேர்ட்ட பேசினோம். So 3 பேர்ட்ட பேசினேன். முதல்ல niece கிட்ட பேசினேன். And I told her, Anshi, I'm going to do this topic. Is advertising dead? What is your reaction? Are you kidding? It's all around us. Abdina, our reaction. Next thing is Gen X sisters கிட்ட போனேன். அவங்க என்ன பார்த்துட்டு சொன்னாங்க இந்த மாதிரி, ஏய் என்னடா டாபிக் இது, உழைப்புல மண்ணவாரி போடுறியடா அப்படின்னாங்க. So I said that, oh God, okay. Then I spoke to a friend, and then he said that advertising is dead now. I think you should die. இது ஐபிஎல் பார்க்க விட மாட்டேங்கிறீங்களா, தொல்லை தாங்க முடியல அப்படின்னாங்க. So then I went to some clients, ex-clients who are not advertising, brand people, etc. In fact, I decided to talk to ad people first. No, ad people no, brand people talk about. Ad people முதல்ல copywriters பேசிச்சேன். ஒருத்தன் சொன்னான், is advertising dead னு சொல்றேன், you should say is copywriting dead. That's what should be the topic அப்படின்னா, because writers are an endangered species. In fact, I started a blog called Endangered Species, listing out all the copywriters in Chennai. This was in 2000. Okay, so then I went to art directors, and the art director friend just told me, "நான் பேசாம artist ஆ இருக்கலாம், art director அவதிப்படுறேன் அப்படின்னா, client கிட்ட அவதிப்படுறேன் அப்படின்னா." அடுத்து I went to a creative director. Creative director says, 10 years back, Machan, I had 10 to 20 campaigns to send for the ad club awards. இப்ப மேடிஸ் கிட்ட ஒரு campaign இல்ல எனக்கு அனுப்ப. அதான் நிலைமை. You know, I said I don't have one good campaign to send, because earlier I used to do 20 campaigns. My agency used to do 20 campaigns that I can talk about. இப்ப என்ன சொல்றாங்கன்னா, social media ஒரு போஸ்ட் போட்டு அதான் campaignறாங்க. No, so that's become the scene. Then I went to an advertising agency head. Advertising agency's head's reaction was very clear. He said, "Man, recently I pitched for an account, and the retainer I asked was very low by my standards. It's just 2.5 lakhs. And I later discovered that a social media agency walked away with it for 50,000 rupees. They said, 1+1 offer, I do social media and advertising. So, two contrasting views. If you look at the customers, they say advertising is alive and kicking. If you look at the, advertising people, very pessimistic, So, where does the truth lie? So that's the question that I asked myself. And I said, okay, even film production people here, some of these people, when I asked about that, they said that we used to do at least 20 films. Now we are getting 3 campaigns, maximum 3 brand films a year. So quantum of work has come down. People are not finding the right kind of fit. Creative frustrated. Accounts people are not getting. So what the hell is happening? That's the thing. That's the topic of the day, and I want to delve deep. And which is why I said, is advertising dead? So is advertising really dead? Do I really think about it? No. RIP doesn't stand for rest in peace. To me, RIP stands for recovery in progress. The truth is, advertising, as we know it, is in the ICU. Okay? It was in some kind of a coma. It has revived itself. It's breathing. It's fighting, and it's coming back. And so we need to learn from what are the other people in the world doing to revive. Because in India, it is headed south. South not as in South India, but down. Its fortunes are living. So what do we do? So which is why I said, why is this flashing? Okay. Which is okay. Which is why we get into this topic. So today I'm just going to discuss with you 4 words. If you remember these 4 words, you know what's happening in the advertising world. It will take a long time. I'm going to tell you about 4 words, 4 new words that I've coined. And these are the words that will tell you what's the trouble with advertising, what the world is doing to fix it slowly. So we're going to talk about the past of advertising, the present of advertising, the future present of advertising, and the future of advertising. The future is where our solution lies. So without any ado, I don't know whether it's flipping, I'll just go with my computer. Yeah, okay. So the first word I want to introduce you is called advertising. What is advertising? You all know advertising. What is advertising? Appa kalat advertising models. What is the advertising model? Non-circle. Now, if you look at focus, I think some of you might be very well aware of the model, but some of you may not be because you're from associated fields. So the first circle is obviously the client. The second circle is ad agencies. And if you notice, the circle is not being generated by AI. It is a raw one. Okay. So the third circle is media. So client, ad agency, media, consumer. We all know it. That's a simple thing. Why have I put ad agencies as the number 1? It is simple. A client who has a product says that, look, I have a product, I need customers for it. And who should I go with? This was the model for about 150, almost 120 years. The first ad agency actually was started in 1904, but advertising has been going around since 1786. So what people were saying is, look, if I have a product and I want to find customers for it, I need to go to someone who understands customers, someone who kind of says what should be the positioning, and someone who says that what should be the messaging, and places the ad. Where should I place the ad? So the standard: who, what, how, when, where, what. So I need to go to someone who understands all of this. And then the ad agency who knows it all, who's actually in the earlier times, if I used to work in Mudra. Mudra had, you had a media sitting inside. You had a studio where artists, craftsmen were sitting inside. You had a film executive. You had a Prime Site, which is an outdoor company working within. You had Mudra Interactive sitting inside. So it was all inclusive, kind of a one-stop shop. That was the earlier model of advertising. And so the client comes to the ad agency, and the ad agency tells what to do and releases it in media. And the media is a catchment. It has, if it's Doordarshan, you have A-class customers, SEC A-class customers, B-class customers, C-class customers. They organize them, in the TV channel, Narayan TV channel, and there will be, a set of audiences who watch it. The number of choices before everybody in terms of brands was very minimal. And you just had to choose, like between Congress and BJP. You just had to choose everyday battery or Nepo battery. Those were the choices that were available for the consumers. So anything that ad agencies used to do, thanks to media exposure, used to become famous. Not that they were any less than creative, it was quite good only. But it used to instantly become famous. Everybody knew the words of every jingle. We all grew up on Hamara Bajaj, all of that. All these jingles, people knew it by heart because that was what they were seeing every day and night. And so, when it enters their mind deep, when they go to the shop, they pick one of the products that is there. So, advertising, like one business head that I met, he used to say, define advertising. Advertising is like God. Nobody can see it. Nobody knows. Nobody can see it. Nobody knows whether it works, but it works. Advertising is like God. Nobody knows whether it works, but it works. That used to be the thing. So, we used to just do the creative. We used to leave the sales to the others. The sales department or the client. So things used to happen. The model used to work. But what happened is you had a lot of breakthroughs happening over a period of time. You had print advertising used to be the biggest thing in my times. When I joined as a copywriter, print advertising used to be the main thing. And copywriter itself was invented. The term copywriter was invented for print advertising. But with Doordarshan becoming satellite TV coming, you had lots of TV channels, and hence film writing became a big thing. And what happened with India's growth, also what happened is people started coming from rural areas to urban areas. And as a result, Hindi became the main language of advertising. You had the Piyush Pandey revolution happening with a lot of people coming in, and he said, why can't you communicate to your masses for even urban products using Hindi? That was a breakthrough. And Hindi became over a period of time English, and we also got Tamil advertising. We all know what the terrible Tamil ads we had of translations, etc., which is why agencies like Mind Your Language have come up today, which Southify the communication. So that's what has happened. But the key thing is print came and it kind of stagnated. Then film came, and then someone introduced me as in the .com era we started something. So web came into being, email came into being, social media came into being. So many things happened, and it kind of shook up the model. And the entire model, the first thing that the client did over a period of time is, I paid these guys 15% commission for everything. So earlier the agencies used to charge on the basis of space or the time duration, and they used to get 15% commission. And that time when we got 15%, it was a party in advertising. Everyone got good pay. The Mad Men kind of series that you see, So we had a wild life. Although in Mudra, we used to go to Noodles hotel and Ramadani. So that was our story. And then what happened is the clients realized that we think our advertising is probably too much because they're partying all the time. So they went to the media guys within the agency and they prompted them to start media buying companies. You split from this agency, you go separate, I'll give you 2.5%. Okay? And the agency commission will get cut from 15 to 7.5%. So 7.5 plus 2.5 is just 10%. The client pays only 10%, and the agency loses half of its revenue. Media guys suddenly get 2.5%. So prompted by that, yeah. Okay, yeah, we can change. I can continue talking.
But I need this file.
You need the file. My ad. So to continue the topic, the agency compensations were cut off, and as a result, a downward spiral happened, like a downward spiral that you've never seen before. People who used to fly business class, they had to fly economy class. Freshers, their salaries was pegged even further down. 15,000 rupees was paid earlier; it became 7,500 rupees. Creative directors were getting peanuts. Art directors were getting peanuts. The studio was given up. You had cut and paste artists. They were all shipped out. And, the many agencies worked on pirated software. You had Apple machines coming in slowly. But before Apple machines, there were other kind of IBM machines that were there. So, all sorts of things were happening due to cost cutting. This cost cutting really killed advertising at some level. Because a lot of creative people felt that they're not getting what they deserve. This is a field where A.R. Rahman entered his career in creativity through advertising jingles. This is a field where actor Vikram entered advertising as a copywriter called Kenny in Lintas, Chennai. This is a field where Salman Rushdie entered as a copywriter. This is a field where John Abraham entered as a media planner. So we were attracting wonderful talent from across the country, and we were the first port of call for creative people, advertising. What happened due to this cost cutting is a lot of people felt that they are not getting what they deserve. So some of the copywriters left for writing a book. Some copywriters joined music channels, MTV and Channel V. They joined them. Some guys actually went for script writing. Some guys joined film production outfits and started their own thing. And art directors started getting offers from this new thing called web design companies. So a lot of art directors started leaving for web design companies. A lot of art directors started joining graphic design companies because they said, logo panna, more money than what an ad agency pays. So I just have to do logos. Fantastic. That's what they thought in their mind. So I'd rather join a branding company. These things were called visual branding companies or corporate identity companies. Ray and Keshwan, those kind of companies started sprouting. So there was a talent exodus from the industry, and there were also mid-level client servicing heads or branch heads who felt that, hey, because of my efforts, this entire group is making a lot of money. And I'm getting peanuts, so why don't I quit and start my own small agency? So that's how big agencies started breaking into smaller agencies. So all was triggered by this 15% becoming this 7.5%. And when a smaller agency started sprouting with very good talent, a branch manager of an ex-agency heading it, and creative director from that big agency quitting and joining it, they started pitching against these big agencies. And as a result, what happened again, a price war started. So 7.5% became 4%. Then the client said, instead of paying you commission, I'll pay you monthly retainer fee. So that's how this monthly retainer fee started. And this monthly retainer fee and this pitching business started a price war. And what was 12 lakhs per month came down to 10, 5, 6, like that. And this affected the deeper cities more. A place like Chennai got badly affected because we had a lot of clients actually exiting Chennai because there was a talent exodus. You had Ponds leaving Chennai. You had Ford leaving Chennai. You had many such companies leaving Chennai because they felt that the talent pool here was just not there. And Chennai talent, what they did is they ran away to Bangalore and over a period of time to Bombay. That's what happened. No, so advertising was very badly hit, and this model started becoming shaky. So advertising was not working. And advertising was not working, and there are still agencies that follow that advertising model. There are still clients who believe in advertising models. I will, explain what happened afterwards. The social media monster, it hit the world around 2004 or so. That really shook things up because web design companies, there were a few guys, and websites had started taking off in the country. Website initially was an IT thing, and to tell you the truth, even the IT guys poached from advertising. Writers who are logically good at thinking and good with language were hired as technical writers. So we lost talent again to them. So we didn't know what to do, and social media happened. So with social media happening, you had suddenly WhatsApp coming in, you had Facebook coming in, Instagram coming in, YouTube coming in. We were hit from all directions. We didn't know what happened, and that is when another model appeared called fadvertising. Now, fadvertising, fad. No, fad is all about riding on fads. Whatever is new, this new shiny thing, people want to grasp it and take it and do things with it. So, what are the shiny new things? The shiny new things was Facebook. The shiny new thing was Instagram. The shiny new thing was WhatsApp. And all of these things were happening. So, this new beast called social media marketing came. And another group came who actually started using YouTube, etc. And influencer marketing started coming. And then search engine optimization started coming. You had performance marketing and many other email marketing. So all these days, you count this: performance marketing, email marketing, social media marketing, this marketing, that marketing. Bastards, they quit from advertising. They could have called it digital advertising. They called it digital marketing. They could have called it performance advertising. They called it performance marketing. Influencer part of the advertising now. The influencer marketing. So all these guys, almost renounced advertising and declared themselves as marketing. Why did they do it? Because advertising people were seen as irresponsible people who are not responsible for effectiveness, who are only responsible for creativity. So they wanted to differentiate themselves from ad agencies. Sorry.
Oh, you are taking.
Yeah. Go to the. Please, you can keep this. Sorry. Sorry for the break. Manually. Okay. You can put that laptop. So coming back to fadvertising now. Something there. Murphy's Law. Eddie Murphy.
Once close it.
Yeah. Thank God. Okay. So fadvertising. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So as a result of the social media movement, a big bang happened, and this advertising was born. Actually, what happened with Big Bang is earlier we used to think we are the center of the universe. Ad agencies used to think we are the center of the universe. Just like there is a geocentric theory, heliocentric theory, ad agencies thought we are the center of the universe. Then what happened is Big Bang happened, and there was a jostling between all these four circles, and different people tried to emerge as the center of the universe. So the first model is advertising, where the platforms emerge as the center of the universe. So Facebook, WhatsApp, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, they all emerged, managed to aggregate millions of people almost each platform has half the population of India. That kind of numbers, massive numbers they ramped up. So the client suddenly got scared and they said that none of my agencies have the skills to do a Facebook ad or a search engine optimization ad or a social media ad. Now who do I go to? And that's when they said that first let's identify the platform and then design the agents. And if you notice, I've changed the name from ad agencies to agencies. That is because all these other fellows who ran away from us, they retained the word agencies. They never used advertising. They all say performance marketing agency, digital marketing agency, social media marketing agency, media marketing agency. So marketing now use for now, advertising use for to differentiate themselves from us. And they also wanted to portray that advertising effectiveness criteria. KPI பத்தி வரி பண்ணிக்கிட்டு இல்ல நம்மால KPI அப்படி மாதிரி நம்ம KPI. So that is when the clients decided that okay, if I am going after Facebook and Instagram, I need a social media agency. If I am going after Google, I need a search engine optimization agency. If I want digital marketing, and downloads, I'll go for a performance marketing agency. If I am going with YouTube, I'll go for an influencer marketing agency. And that's how plenty of agencies started appearing. A brand manager's nightmare. This advertising is a brand manager's nightmare because he has to deal with 20 agencies. Event marketing kota, outdoor kota, advertising kota. And advertising guy became like one suddenly, it's like a guy sitting with such a large plate with a buffet, and suddenly two idlis only sitting in our plate. It became so small, our mandate. And we almost became just a film guys. If this is what is happening, look around you, all the leading ad agencies, OPT is just pumping out films. For all its brochures and leaflets, it's outsourcing into brochures and leaflet specialists. You have many, and what this kind of a movement created is, it really took away business from us. And all these agencies were charging peanuts. They were charging like 2 lakhs, 2.5 lakhs. That's what they were charging. And that came from our retainer fee. Earlier we were getting 7.5 lakh retainer fee. That was taken, 2.5 lakh was taken away, and they said that 5 lakhs which are going to go up. This kind of a thing really killed us, because the pay became even lesser. And the one whole, middle management was removed. And what they did is they promoted an account supervisor as an account director. On salary, I'll give you promotion. I'll call you account director from today, same salary. But you might get a trip to Kerala when we go on an offsite, once in a year. And before you quit, then you don't get it. Or I'll send you to a Goa Fest. That one small candy was shown, and that's all the ad agencies got. This caused an even bigger churn. And as a result, the clients were just looking at effectiveness. They were looking at keyword advertising. Just at the real estate ad, they just have price X slashed off, the new Ananagar, the new Tambara, the new Cropet, that's all there is. The headline, you keep the new and you keep changing it. The keyword, you put the location, put the price, people will buy. That's the premise, and that's influenced by digital marketing. Because the digital marketing guys are saying, keywords is the most important. People's attention span have decreased. Just put the keywords, people will queue up. That's what they were saying. So the creative guys felt even bigger angst. They said, in my times, for example, if I had to build a portfolio, I would create some 10 different print campaigns, write film scripts, radio scripts, and then take it to a creative director. What happened with this is people started, generating push notifications as part of their, portfolios. Push notifications. When Archie School of Advertising, which is Happy Diwali, Happy Pongal, Happy Independence Day, that kind of creative, they started putting in their portfolio. If you ask people of that era, they just laugh at it. Idella on the portfolio. If you look at all the digital agencies in Chennai, sorry to we put them down, but work that we will not even put in our dustbin is there on their website as their portfolio. And the clients are not understanding anything about social media, so they are saying so engagement metrics, what the heck does he? Latent view analytics, what is he talking of? No, so they won't know anything. So they just say that, what is your price? sir, 30,000, sir, or 50,000, sir, 1.5 lakhs, come down. I don't understand, but I understand price. You come down. So that for 6 months we'll try it. And if it doesn't work, then another social media agency will come and say, I can do this for 1.5. And I can do a few of your print ads. Oh, brilliant. Come. So that used to be the price used to be the only deciding factor. And this killed us even further. So bigger agencies that broke down into smaller agencies now became micro agencies. Now you have a lot of one-man, two-man shops in India. One-man to one-man shops with 1.5 clients. That's what is happening. So a big model, the giant agencies really grow. And in Chennai, JWP shut office, Lintas shut office. Lintas is basically somewhat there. Mudra shut office. McCan doesn't have an office. Swamy, the IPO company, shifted to a smaller office. Ulka somehow is surviving. And the only agencies that people talk of today are 3 respectable agencies are Rubicon, Open, and Mind Language, and somewhat Be Possible. So these are the only 4 agencies that people talk about. When I applied for a job, there were at least 20 agencies to choose from. When I look outside this, if you go outside, donor agencies, there's a board. It has many agencies that don't exist now. Just advertising, system advertising, all these days don't exist now. So what is happening? So many corpses around you. So this advertising time. So my theory is, if this continues, ad agencies do not have much hope because we have squandered all that we had to others, and so we need to fight back. So what are we doing to fight back? Advertising, new kind of thing. We said that advertising, but before we could even think of it, a new creature emerged called the creator. Before we were thinking of enna panna pudusa radical enna panna appdi nama yosikradhukulla suddenly ad agencies to badala a new kind of beast arrived. YouTube creator, TikTok creator, all kind of creators emerged from Bareilly town, Dharmapuri. One mobile phone vechirukka, he just shoots everything raw and does something to catch people's eye. Vada sudra vaaiye nijamave, and then people see that vade daily motta fat irukka daily saapittu irukka adu paathu irukanga ellarum weird things people are doing and people are watching. All these guys are clocking views. You'll be surprised to know how much views many of these guys get. You all wonder that nothing can pannakoodadu indha mari. So that's the feeling that you get. So what happened is a new beast called creators emerged. So if you notice, earlier I had put first advertising model advertising agency was there. I removed advertising agency, replaced it with agencies. That is what has happened. You all know, we can see agencies all around us. And the third thing that happened is creators. Suddenly the client started seeing us, ad agency will create print ads for you, film scripts for you. The social media agency will create Instagram posts for you. So they are digital creators. And YouTube creators, influencer creators. So they started viewing us all together as one community, creators, which is a good thing. Creation is a good thing. That's the core of advertising. But we were lumped with so many others. And so suddenly the field got crowded. And what the clients did is, in the center of the universe, they put themselves. I know everything. I have my product. I think I know my customer. And I know that the platform, I know which platform works. I just need to catch a good creator. He will crack it open for me. So what this, with the advertising, what started happening is, client says, I have Canva boss. I don't need an art director. I will just hire 2 interns and create a Lintas in the Madri. Lintas was Lever's internal advertising service. So Lever's internal agency was Lintas. So they said that we will create 50 Lintas within our own company. And Zomato, Swamy, they all follow this. They do advertising. They say that I know everything. I know my customer. Anyway, customers are coming to me. But all I need to do is keep them excited all the time so that they don't run away to the other guy. So what I do is I will contact creators. Cred did that. Cred contacted Ayappa, Sanju Ayappa, the producer, or Tanmay Bhatt, who's a creator. Everybody knows Tanmay Bhatt, no? All India Bakshur. So they got hold of Tanmay Bhatt, who has created his own ad agency. He calls it ad agency. or it's a RAD agency, and what he does is he directly deals with the client. Whatever strikes him, he says, this is the idea, because I know humor. This is, people will laugh for this. So great, I'll get Bumpy Larry. I'll put all of these ways. So crazy advertising, and sometimes it works, sometimes it won't. When it doesn't work, you won't know. When it works, the PR will be done around it. So Zomato, Swiggy, and all these kind of companies who have already aggregated customers, they have started moving towards this model where they keep a UI UX team of 6 people, 3-4 copywriters, and 1 creative director. I work for Hindustan Times. They have a digital company called HT Labs. We are doing the same. I consult for them. So they have an internal team that is doing the creative, and only for stuff that you can't crack, they go to creators. Suppose you're not able to crack a brand film, you will call new age agencies. And who are these new age agencies? It's not the Bilby. It's not VML or JWD. It's not Lintax or Low or Mueller Low anymore. They call 4 or 5 new agencies. There's an agency called Tilt. You see all their work during IPL, Green 11. They are excellent as boys who just churn commercials, films, and one tagline, which people will remember. And they only take up projects and they charge a bomb for it. So Tilt is one big agency that has emerged. They kill on a small town, not more than 30-40 people they have. Enormous, you all heard of. Ashish Kajanchi's agency. It started as a conventional agency and it's also largely doing films. So it became a film thing. Then there is this Bangalore-based agency who said that I won't pretend to be like Ashish Kajanchi. I'll just call it Script Room. Ramsam. He said, I'll just churn films and I will not even do anything to do with anything else. Script Room again. So then there is famous, you've heard of all these names. These are the new kind of agencies that have emerged and they are taking business left, right, and center from OPP, VML, etc. Another agency that has emerged is Media Moms. What they try to do is aggregate many of these things together. So new kind of agencies are evolved and they are all treated as creators. Tilt is treated as a creator. Tanmay is treated as a creator. So all of these, so client knows what he wants. He will contact the creator. I will choose the platform and go to the consumer. So this is the new thing that has happened. Again, the agencies are fucked. The regular ad agency is fucked because the regular ad agency does not have supra creative people. It has got bread and butter kind of stuff. Decent art directors, decent, but we don't know how to attract. Sumarana level we can create. If you give me more budgets, I'll probably create more. But the average agency in every city is above average. It's not exceptional. But exceptional people alone were being rewarded by clients. So this again has affected our business. So this is what is happening. So what do you do to fight all of this? We are being cornered everywhere by different people. Exceptional people are cornering the business. Agencies, digital agencies are cornering the business. Smaller agencies are nibbling from the bigger agency. So what is the survival policy available for us? I call it advertising. Some things don't change. Maddies is the word of, we always celebrate maddies. Now, this the M in advertising stands for many things. M stands for, first of all, marketing. We need an advertising that fuses with marketing. That is when, for example, if you take the ad club membership, 90% of it will be the advertising kind of people. It won't be digital agencies. A couple of digital agencies will be there. Advertising has not embraced the social media agencies. Advertising has not embraced the techies. Advertising has not embraced the app companies. All these people are doing advertising. An influencer is doing advertising. What has happened is there's an big English word I didn't want to use for disintermediation. What it means is cutting off the middleman. Intermediate is someone who's in the middle, and what has happened is ad agency was the middleman. What people have done is taken a pair of scissors and cut us off. And advertising has got democratized. So everybody does advertising today. I'm a personal branding guru. LinkedIn அப்படி போட்டுருவோம். அவங்ககிட்ட 3 clients இருக்கும். அவன் வந்து he'll tell you how to put up your LinkedIn page. So he's also doing advertising. Someone who's probably helping create a Facebook page is also considered whatever. There are different kinds of people who have branded themselves differently. எல்லாரும் பண்றது advertising தான். மோதில இருந்து மேடி வரலும் பண்றது advertising தான். So but we have kind of lost advertising has lost that kind of swag and sexiness that people don't use advertising anymore. Marketing has become sexy. Today everyone says martech அப்படிமாங்க. இதெல்லாம் அந்த martechனா basically all these chat GPT and all you include with marketing. That's the marketing. Of course there are other sophisticated tools here and there, but it should have been logically called advertising tech. Because everything Google is advertising tech. Ad tech na solnom. Ellarum martech அப்படிங்கறாங்க. Because marketing is cooler and there's a marketing budget. Idella there was an ad budget. There's no ad budget now. It's called marketing budget. So since marketing has become cool, one of the first things that advertising must do is to integrate marketing with advertising. So that is one way of looking at advertising, where advertising says, boss, I will start bothering about effectiveness. I will start bothering about sales. E-commerce site now, I will help your sale increase by 20%. I will do campaigns to help you do that. And that campaign can be micro campaigns, middle level campaigns, mega campaigns. Growth will be the thing that I will be focusing on. I will be knowing, and all my employees will start learning things like KPI, engagement metrics, likability, share, whatever, all these terms that APs have. Earlier the ad agency used to have a 2-member team. Copywriter, art director. If the agency is got a lot of servicing guy is part of the team, and one national strategy head will be shared among all these people. That was the team. Now we need a new team. We need an advertising copywriter, or let's call it content writer. You need a designer. We are not going to call it art director. We need a designer who's familiar with web technologies, and you need a technology strategist. You need a 3-member team. You need a tech guy in every ad agency. Without a tech guy, you will be clueless about what analytics to at least a social media manager kind of a person. And servicing should be done by every one of us. We cannot have a separate stream. I know servicing people will be upset with me, but a lot of new agencies, there's a new agency in Bombay called Glitch. I think some of you might know. Everyone is a strategy person in that company. They're all producers, script writers, that kind of just become a social media agency. But everyone is a strategist. They can talk intelligently about social media platforms. And people in their company are actually taught to. So what happened when virus got snipped with ad agencies, training was thrown out the window. Earlier, some ad agencies had rooms like these. Those rooms were given away and they shifted to a smaller office and stuff like that happened. Zero training happens in advertising. A copywriter never adds to his skill. They'll maximum say that, Macha, I've taken a free course. You will never see him, Macha, I read a book about search engine optimization. Now I've cracked keywords. He'll never say that because it's boring now. Ad agent, a lot of art directors I know are great with cartography, great with logos, but they somehow think their eyes glaze over when they talk about UI UX. They think these are foreign words, these are nothing. It is simple. You just need to, get into one of these courses and pick these skills like in 15 days. At least learn to create with templates like Wix, WordPress. These are things that you should pick up. There's a real reluctance among creative people because they think this is tech. This is not tech. Digital is like electricity and water. It's a way of life. And going forward, digital is going to be the #1 medium. So you have to embrace the medium, otherwise the medium will abandon you. So that's what has happened. So with advertising, what the first part of M is, like I said, marketing. The second M is money. We need to be clear in our heads that the client makes money. That's the first thing that a guy wants. Imagine if an ad agency goes to a client and says, the first thing, I work with a lot of branch managers and CEOs who go for meetings. And the first thing that they ask when a new client calls is, "What is your budget? What is your budget?" That guy doesn't want to disclose these kind of things to you. And the ad agency says, "I don't want to waste my time." Instead, if you ask him, "What is your business model? I want to know what margin you make with every product you sell. Then I can plan my budget for you." If you approach it like that, won't the client respect you? He's interested in my business growth. He wants to be my partner. That is when the conversation changes. Whereas if you straight away go and say, "I want to know your budget. You tell me whether you want to do fringe with, otherwise I'm not interested." So this old ways of working needs to go out of the window. We need to talk about the M, money. And the third thing that we lost, ad agencies, any ad agency person that you take, the kind of charisma we have, no other field people have. In digital, I have seen so many digital agencies, the fucker can't even present. Okay? And the second thing is, in tech companies, these guys are zapped when an ad agency guy walks into a room and thumps the table and narrates a script. That is the magic we used to have. And we still have. We can do wonderful storytelling. But we undersell ourselves. We think our job is only to create a film script or a brick tag. We were born for bigger things. We were made for bigger things. We can elect. We can get people elected. We can make Google a $200 billion company. All was done by advertising. So I think advertising people need to start believing in themselves, their own talent, their own creativity, and must learn new skills. And new skills are embrace digital, embrace marketing. Everyone must attend a short course on marketing. Everyone must know how a brand manager thinks. We are all about PowerPoint. We need to also include Excel. That is when PowerPoint plus Excel makes a deadly person. Excel is nothing at all. Today, AI can help you put a spreadsheet very easily. So we need to master AI. That's all. If you can't learn Excel, learn AI. Or get an AI bot that will do it for you. So here, in this model, what happens is, we need to put the consumer at the center. Marketing means putting the consumer at the center of things. And we must know the consumer like the back of our hand. If you know the consumer like the back of your hand, any customer, any client will come. If you are able to talk intelligently about, Thambaramla, plot Vangaravanga, in the radius, from my Facebook research, these are the many people that are there. Straight away, I'm going "Oh, you would have people I even my marketing hit. So, and the language so, first thing is, we need to tell our clients, if they create a product that does not match with the consumer's requirements, you should say drop the product. We should have the balls to get up. Indira Ali Padam Sinha used to say that. When an ad agency walks into a room, the CEO will think he's more than his equal. Vendor. Vendor registration. So if you have to gain this respect, the only thing that you need to do is understand the consumer. Talk to people. Do research. Do not be afraid of market research. When I started my journey in advertising, I used to be afraid of market researchers. Even a campaign research to bomb very long. So that fear was there. But you need to overcome that fear. You need to be confident that your creative conduct a creative work. Number creative work or belief. So the customers usually vote for safe creatives. But you need to tell a client that you can't just show one creative to a customer and say that you need to show it in the context of clutter. Because in the outside world, people see it in clutter. You need to have counter arguments for everything. And which is the marketing school of thinking. The marketing school of thinking is about being consumer-centric, is about fighting for the consumer, and is about thinking for the consumer. See, consumer doesn't know everything. This topic of consumer is king or queen is bullshit. Like Steve Jobs often says, the consumer doesn't know everything. He just knows that he needs when IBM did that survey, famous survey, how many computers will sell in the world? 4 was the answer that came. And look at how many millions and zillions of computers that have been sold in the world. So market research can't be believed for everything. But what I'm trying to say is, if we know the consumer and we turn into brand creators instead of advertising agency. We were always brand builders, but we must start calling ourselves brand creators. Creation is the core of what we do. We must not let go, and we must become a hub and spoke. We must be connected to influence marketers, performance marketers, all these marketers, and we must be the guy who goes to this client and says, "What I get to handle 20 people." I get. The model was one-stop shop. I will be your one-stop shop for ideas. I know about brands. Look, this is a word that we need to digest. The big B. The big B is not Amitabh Bachchan. The big B is brand. If you know about the brand, the client will, for example, when I go to meet a client, I say, I'm a branding company. I'm an ad agency. Okay? So that is the respect they give for brand. Because brand is something not everybody understands. Brand is something, brand is bigger than a product. The Coca-Cola brand is bigger than its drink. Right? You can launch many products under Coke, the same name. You can launch a cap, people will buy. So brand is bigger than the product. And even the CEO doesn't know what a brand is and how to build a brand. We've been doing this for hundreds of years. And people, intuitively. We need to then talk brand language. We need to learn that language, which is why a little bit of marketing education will help. Which is the M of advertising, the money part I told about. Third part I said is, third M is magic. We need to bring back that magic. And we need to get wild with our creative. Because with AI coming in, what is happening is clients can churn any piece of creative that they want. Those who, for example, I was having a conversation with Anbu and he felt that AI is good for doing basic stuff. I would say that before I came here, I asked ChatGPT, what should I talk about as advertising tech? In 3 seconds, he gave me what to talk about. Of course, I've not used that, but in 3 seconds, he gave it. If you go to a software called Laptopus, he'll give you a full presentation on the same in 2 minutes. So at AI, don't underestimate AI. AI is going to get better, bigger, and smarter. It's going to be better than all of us. But we only ad people have the ability to beat AI. No, we need to have a new AI, advertising intelligence. And that is the AI that we must market. Because advertising intelligence is about understanding a consumer. Advertising intelligence is about unearthing insights, mining insights now, Sonane. It is about mining insights. Advertising insights is about thinking of something wacky that will catch someone's eye in 7 seconds. That AI can't. AI can only create what has already been created other than the mimicry. AI currently is like the Nalini Kant. It is not the Rajinikanth. Rajinikanth, only a Rajinikanth can, and he has followed the principles of branding, he has followed the principles of advertising, he has done everything an ad agency should do. Brand building, brand creation. So brand, we need to, although we are in the advertising space and we are in the advertising space, what is the product we do? We are not only about selling, we are about brand creation. And brand creation is like gaming. It's about creating your own universe. But Lokiverse, Lokesh Kankaraj created in Vikram a Lokiverse, where he creates his own heroes, his own villains. He's created, and from one film he takes another character and puts it here. He's creating his own universe. Every game is a universe by itself. Prince of Persia, they create an Arabic setup. Advertising and brand creation is about creating new universes. Nike universe now what is the Nike? What is the look and feel? Athleticism, championship, inspiration. That is the kind of universe Nike universe is. We have the ability to create brand universes. And that nobody has in India. Nobody has in the world. We can do it. MBA schools cannot create brand creators. They can only create brand managers. We are brand creators. So we need to reposition ourselves as brand creators. We can do that by embracing marketing and money making. And we need to, when I said we need to learn the art of money making, We charge for our ads. Our products need to be much bigger than we need to create products. Why can't we create a movie? When you go to a client, you say that your product sucks. With AI, I built this. I think if you use this with your for your customer, your brand will go bigger. Why can't an ad agency do that? Those are the kind of things ad agencies need. So advertising is the way forward. Now, quickly, I'll take you through a few other truth bombs. Now, basically, these are no color. I think Pinadi some data. So I'm not making things up. Things are looking a little bleak for us, but we can overcome. So look at this. In the last 30 years, print advertising started 350 years ago. In the last 30 years, how many waves have come? Web came, mobile came, podcasting came, social came, augmented reality came, virtual reality came, AI came. In the last 10 years itself, three big movements. In the earlier time, the advertising times, things happened at a leisurely pace. The only breakthrough that happened was satellite television. That's all that happened. Nothing. Everything was the same. But now, so much has happened in the last 30. For example, I met a senior of mine from XLI. He's a very powerful guy at ITC, marketing head, and he quit. And he contacted my agency and he said that, Machan, I want your help to build my brand. He said, what brand have you created? He said, I've created an Airbnb for luxury hillside resorts. Some kind of an Airbnb I've created. I said, fantastic. I said, why do you need me? You're a marketing guru. You can do it. He said, the marketing I learned in class 1990s, is irrelevant. With shame, I'm telling you, help me. Another example that I can give is a very famous creative director. I don't want to name him. ECD, who's a very famous, contacted one of my friends and he says, boss, I need a website for myself. So he said that, what should be the UI, what should be the flow, information architecture? He said, I don't know. Just how much? So most people of the advertising era don't even know what's happening here. And some of these guys are the presidents of companies now. Some of these guys are marketing heads now. As an agency, it's our job to make them feel as at ease. We need to explain things in the simplest possible terms to them so that they don't think that, we don't jargon this now. So, next trend that I'm going to use, this is a fantastic slide. It shows the Barack Obama once used a word called shellacking. Shellacking means trash. And how advertising has gone trash. Look at it. This is the 2023 forecast. I think it's come true also. 1 year behind. It shows, how much people spend and where in advertising. Internet-based money that is spent on internet advertising is 67%. Okay? Print advertising. I came into advertising through print advertising. Print advertising is just 4 or 5%. Print advertising's power has come down to 5%. People only spend 5% of their money on print advertising. Shocking for print people. That's the truth. Second thing, film. You would have thought film is rocking, right? Film, if you just take the blue one, the linear TV and the smart TV, is 20%. Film is just 20% of ad spends in the worldwide. Internet is 67%. Face the truth. Embrace digital. And even film, when people are talking these days, they talk about digital films. Okay, so that's the truth. So even radio, if you notice, stuck at 3%. It's not even important for clients anymore. So those who run radio channels, you don't matter for clients. They say that, good client radio ad. And radio, companies anyway tell, ad is weak, the voice over artist is money goes wrong. So radio is getting irrelevant, print is getting irrelevant, films are slowly coming down, and the budgets are coming down. Everyone is spending everything on internet. And internet level, search is what people are spending on first. Second is social media. So there's no running away from social media. Now, if you look at as a creative ad folks, if you were to look at the numbers, search engine advertising பண்றதுக்காக நான் advertisingல வந்தேன். முடியுமா நம்பாடு? நான் creative ஸ்டாரா இருக்கலாம்னு வந்தேன். search engineல கல்விங்களேப்பா keywordsல நான் வரல. You must drop that language. Treat everything as brand building. Treat everything as growth creation. Social media advertising. நான் என்ன portfolio இருக்கு? The old school advertising guy will talk like this. I don't want to do this in my social media. I want to do something like William and Kennedy. You know, the subservient chicken. And those kind of wild things people do once in a while. So in social media, you need to think on your feet and do something every day. Retail media, this is the e-commerce media. What to do on e-commerce? This is what everybody wants. Every client is today, in 5 years, there will be a lot of B2C companies. Saravana Stores, the client that I'm working with, is launching a D2C app soon, where client can order directly from Saravana Stores, Super Saravana Stores, to their home. Nestle is planning a direct B2C. So every company in India is planning a direct to consumer, where now logistics has been fixed. Anything can be delivered to your home. When they create their own e-commerce store, what will be required is banner ads there, product reviews. These are the kind of advertising that people are interested in. Classified ads. இதெல்லாம் பண்றதுக்கான இப்படிலாம் பேசாதப்பா. உனக்கு பைசா வேணுமா? So if you are in the business of making money, then you need to do this. There are agencies that in Chennai, the largest ad agency in Chennai, anybody can say, which is the largest ad agency in Chennai right now? Social media. Social media is a social media agency. They'll be hating me for calling them an ad agency. You know, they are a tech web digital company. They are the largest agency in Chennai. We lost the game. They are just doing search, social media. Do you want 5 lakhs per month salary? Yes or no? Do this. If you do what you wanted to do earlier, next. Look at this. These are the top 10 marketing companies in the world. We know OVB, we know DDB, we know BBDO, we know Dentsu. IX is IBM company. Accenture Interactive, PwC, Deloitte. Blue Focus is a China-based IT company. IT companies and consulting companies have already entered as the top 10 marketing companies in the world. Where are we? We are losing the battle. And the only way we can win the battle is by embracing tech. We need a 3-member team. The tech guy is your third guy. So how many developer friends do you have? Friendless fellows. Get out of your social circle. Go to Tinder, find a developer friend. Then only there is a hope for you. You know, if advertising needs to fight back, we need to learn about UI UX. Developer தெரியலனா AI தெரிஞ்சவன யாரா புடிங்க. இல்ல நீங்களே கத்துக்கங்க. Next. Do you know that Amazon is making the number 3, you all know that this is a chart on digital ad revenues made by people. No digital ad agencies here. Irukkaradalla platform. Google makes more money than any ad agency in the world. Meta makes more money than any ad agency in the world. Amazon, he's making money through ads. And very quickly he's emerged as number 3, beating TikTok and Microsoft. So, tech தெரியா நீ என்ன வேணா பண்ணலாம் தலைவா. உனக்கு creativity இருக்கு to do whatever you want. But we think that we are only born to do some print ads or radio spots or TV series. Why can't you create a product? This is something that all of us must do. When I started in Excel, they told me there are 5 P's of marketing. The standard one: product, price, place, promotion, and positioning. These are the 5 P's that people talked of. Now there are 8 P's. Because once you fix your positioning, you need to put process in place that a brand can follow. Then you need to study its performance. And then fix the product and price, place, promotion. So now there are 8 P's. An ad agency thinks its job is only about promotion. Whereas the client is looking for someone who knows all these things. So what can we do? We just need to re-educate ourselves. You don't need to do an MBA. There are courses available in Coursera, Upgrade, Udemy. Go on a weekend and take, every weekend for 5 weeks you study marketing and get up to speed. If you want to move from 50,000 to 5 lakhs, this is the way. Next, நம்மால் தெரியவே தெரியாது. Sales funnel அப்படின்னா என்ன? Tofu, mofu, pofu. Top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel. All marketing heads will now be talking, I need to improve my tofu. Namma food abati yoshichu. We need to know tofu, mofu, mofu, these kind of words. Basically, clients are earlier advertising agency used to just focus on awareness. Awareness create pannappa, ellaru vaanguvanga product. We need to be there. How to get into the consideration? Top 2 brands decide பண்ணவன நீ எப்படி அந்த top 2 brands ல வரும்? And decision எடுக்கறச்ச you must provide many triggers to make that decision. Earlier this decision stage was left to sales team. Today an ad person needs to know all of this, and we also need to focus on after sales experience. So tofu, mofu, bofu, all we need to know. இதெல்லாம் வந்து ஒரு சின்ன marketing class will teach us all of these things. So we need to re-educate ourselves. We need to reskill ourselves. Okay, this is an interesting thing. We all know the terms, but not many people know the date of birth, etc. Forget the date of birth. Gen X is someone like me who's between 45 to 59. Now, most people in India in the top position are all Gen X people. They don't know anything about Gen Z or Gen Alpha. The 15 to 29-year-olds, 0 to 20. If you go to any marketing meeting, they'll say, what is your bullseye target audience? Bullseye target audience. Enna bullseye target audience? So, Abhina, bullseye target audience usually is the audience you're going to focus on for the advertising. While you can say to everybody, the bullseye target audience is yaar mela puri vekkira. Adha appdi solran. Bullseye chichi. Who's your bullseye chichi? My bullseye chichi is usually always, if you go to sleep and Antarctica and come back after 20 years also, they'll say 18 to 34. Everybody will say 18 to 34. Now, what does the 45-year-old, 59-year-old know about 18 to 34? Nothing. So, and he doesn't know the tools that they use also. So, how will he approve that campaign? First of all, he doesn't know that audience. Secondly, he doesn't have the tools. So, how will he approve? Our president even worse, our advertising. அவனுக்கு தெரிஞ்சதெல்லாம் வந்து ad agency எப்படி பார்க்கணும் எல்லாரும் பார்ப்பாங்க. இவனுக்கு தெரிஞ்சதெல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் advertising, a lot of advertising. இவன் கடையில வேலை பண்றவாங்க ad agency இருக்கிற ECD உங்களோட பாஸ் VP in marketing அவனுக்கு தெரிஞ்சதெல்லாம் இப்பலாம் you need to go to a influencer marketing guy, okay? You need to go to a social media marketing guy, okay? So he knows all the buzzwords, but he doesn't know how it works and all of that. So he only knows advertising. The brand manager is the one who actually at the middle level ad agency people, they'll say, hey, the audience we know guest na the language we know guest. Creator pudila avanoda tie up panna. So advertising. Now look at the chaos that is happening inside the office. This guy goes and presents to an advertising guy goes and presents to a advertising guy. Who goes and presents to an advertising guy? Which campaign will get up? Nothing will get approved, and that is why the marketing chaos is happening. You need to understand all of these that are happening to present to different people. For presenting to different people, you need to use different strategies. Now I'm going to share quickly pieces of data that you need to know. Attention span below that of a goldfish. Goldfish is 9 seconds. Our attention span is now 8.25 seconds. Below that of a goldfish. Distraction is the biggest enemy for advertising. Imagine a guy who you come to meet, he just looks at you and just walks away. Ad people are treated like that. Our work is treated like that. Now we put hours and hours behind something. What do you do? Which is why people are doing crazy things. You 3 seconds attract or no? You know what are they? Let's dance in a train. Let's so advertising is also getting weirder, wackier, crazier, not in the right kind of way, all in the wrong, just to catch your eye. Catch your eye is not enough. You must make a guy like you. You must make a guy listen to your message. You must feel like you must resonate with it and you must buy it. This is the entire process, not just catching the attention. Next. Ad blocker. Next BBDO. 32% of the computers have ad blockers now. So no matter you might work in digital ad agencies and pump out ad after ad. Or ad varlam browser la. Why? Because the ad blockers have been installed. So clients are nowadays saying digital marketing is not working, social media is not working. Hey, ad blocker potuttaada unakku theriyada. So and Netflix, YouTube Premium, Spotify Premium, all these premium brands come with no evidence. So clients are moving towards no. The same guy who said, premium account. So the key thing is ad blockers are increasing, distraction is it. So advertising gets getting tougher and tougher for us. Digital Anantha சொன்னாட்டு Udemy போய் வெப்சைட் நான் கத்துக்கிறேன் பாரு. Fix கத்து அடிச்சு தள்ளுறேன் பாரு வெப்சைட். I will charge 50,000 rupees for a website and take it from the client. Every month I earn 75,000 rupees. Website client is saying, I did the analytics. Your website bounce rate is very high. And 10 to 20 seconds only they spend on that website. Terrible. You should not do website anymore. What should I have business? The truth is, many web design companies don't even know that the client average client spends only 10 to 20 seconds on their website. Because he's not, 10 seconds புரியலனா அவன் வரமாட்டான். 10 seconds புரியறதுக்கு யாரு? Who has the capacity to attract attention in 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 30 seconds? We've been doing this for centuries. So 10 seconds ஒரு ஆள் attention அப்படி பண்ணா நம்மளால முடியும். We need to get the message. So what you need to go back to the client and say, you need to get your messaging right. That's all right. Messaging. You need a copywriter who's been doing this for years. You need to get your visualization right. The information flow is not very well. The information architecture. அந்த மாதிரி கரை விட்டானா உடனே என்னமோ எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சது போய் இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் ஆர்கிடெக்சர் கூகுள் பண்ணு வீட்டுக்கு போய் உடனே கூகுள் பண்ணுவாங்க இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் விஷயம். All he did was use two terms that you did not know, and you started trusting that guy, and immediately he says. So the key thing is we need to know words like bounce rate. Bounce rate website வந்துட்டு போயிடலாம். So you need to catch him there. You need to make him spend more time in your website. So we all know tricks to make people spend time. We've done stand-up comedy shows. We have the tricks to. So we need to do that. So you've seen a lot of films being put out these days. 5-minute film, Google Samba film. I mean, so that they ad film. Nobody watches your videos. In fact, if you've seen all the videos that are shared, only ad people will like. Srinivasan will say that it's a great film. None of the consumers would have seen it. Our attention span 2.7. Oh, 5-minute film, what is the point of getting an award from Karthik Srinivasan? You need to, think clearly. 3 minutes is the format. 3 minutes kulla avana every attract. So the 3 minutes is the 30 seconds. So remember that. So all of these tricks of the trade you need to know. This is something crucial. In our childhood, we used to spend 2-3 hours at least watching TV. That is why all advertisers used to pour their money into TV. In our childhood, we used to spend at least 1 hour on newspapers. That is why print ads were there. Now, people are spending 5 hours on apps. Twitter le ukandirukka hota, Instagram le ukandirukka hota, TikTok le ukandirukka hota. So they are all the time on the apps. Hence, 67% of the money is heading towards internet. And it will get more. So you don't want to be a pauper, right? யாரும் இல்லாத ஊர்ல யாருக்கிட்ட டீ ஆத்துற அப்படிதான் கேட்பாங்க. நம்ம நிலைமை அப்படிதான் ஆப்போது. If you don't change. This is how you Google. ஒண்ணுமே பண்ணல. ஒரு simple search engine ஒண்ணுமே இல்ல. Just ஒரு box போட்டு some techies சேர்த்து வச்சிட்டு algorithm போட்டு உங்க search எல்லாம். He is the 20th search engine by the way. He's not the first search engine. So search engine technology namlu kathukkalam. What he cracked is a format of making money. And he discovered that advertising is the way to make money. Advertising agencies don't know that advertising is the way to make money. This guy earns the maximum in advertising. None of the ad agencies earned $24 billion. All he did was a fucking search word, Google AdWords kind of a platform. Today, the Google Ads kind of a platform can be built by 3 developers, which you can do it. No code alone, no, you can do it with 5 people or 1 person or whatever it is. But of course, you need to get traction from many others. Building is not the only thing. But there are smart people in advertising. There are smart techies that you know. That's why I'm saying catch a techie as your friend. Next. These kind of statistics we need to know to talk to a client. Your 75% of all searches click on only the first 3 results. My website needs to be on the top 3%. I'll take that person. Business one. That's all the website design companies are doing. The மாதிரி ஒரு டேட்டா போய் அங்க கொடுத்துறான், அவன் உடனே சொன்னான், the website page no pitching. Advertising வாங்கு நம்ம ஒரு வாரம் முழுக்க வேலை பண்ணிட்டு போனோம். அவன் ஜஸ்ட் ஒரு ஸ்கின் அவன் ஒரு டெவலப்பர் வேர்ட்பிரஸ் வச்சு டெவலப் பண்ணிருப்பான், ஒரே நாள்ல பண்ணிருப்பான். அதை எடுத்துட்டு போய் ஒரு ஆப்ஷன் போயிட்டு he do some web analytics of his current website. He says, you know what, only 300 people visit your websites in a month. You basically did you used a software called Metrica and found out. Metrica is a free software for information where you can find out every website's traffic per month. Now, these are the things that you need to start. This is the language you need to start talking. If you don't talk this language, no one's interested. Emails. We think that email is a chat. வெளியிறதுக்கான வாழ்க்கையில நான் ஒரு சார்பத்தின் வாய்ப்பாய் புக் எழுதலாம் என்ன இமெயில் எழுத சொல்றாங்க. The fact of the matter is, today email marketing is huge. There are so many software, Zapier and so many others that are available that can automate it, and the sales funnel can be met, the tofu, all of that can be met using email marketing. We don't even know about email marketing, and we are great with writing. But we have a competitor, AI. Everyone's using AI for email marketing. I'm editor a copy, I'm not a better. So at least you need to know how to use AI in your style. AI doesn't have a style. It has a style. You can recognize AI's language. It uses very bombastic words, a little bit more grandiloquent words. Other than the injury, often these days you get resumes that look very good. Nobody resume. This is important. Virat Kohli has a larger readership than all the leading newspapers in India. Can you believe it? Times of India's readership is circulation into some number. 34 million now. Virat Kohli 267 million on Insta. Now you know why for all ads people use celebrities. Dhoni. Ma'am, my strategy is MS Dhoni. Medical company ki MS Dhoni. Cement company ki MS Dhoni. Race strategy. Dhoni pota ad papa. Idella or strategy era naane solidrena abhi client. But the truth is, celebrities have become bigger than media houses. So you need to recognize that. And that is why they are not saying celebrity for the sake of it. Because their leadership is bigger than certain newspapers. Disha Patani's, her, how many people know Disha Patani? Few people here. She's a good looking chick. And she's got 60 million followers. So the key thing is, that's why everyone wants celebs. Social media is really blooming. 1/3 of India is on social media, if you don't know it. And that is why every client is saying social media. Now go print around. Only 3% of India is Hindu. Future is in question because of this. Now, do you know that Instagram we used to think Instagram is the pictures you put, people will see. Instagram has become a video platform. Reels is this. India has the biggest market for reels in India. Film producers. Instagram reels are not market. Office interns every client now wants only Instagram reels. Yesterday also someone called me and he said that, hey, do you know any Instagram reel makers? I contacted one ad filmmaker who said, Acha, Instagram reel Andrea. Start with 50,000. We get more projects from that thing. Okay. Now, we all think Instagram is a teen medium. It is not. 50 to 45%, 45 on the Kuda, they are a large part of it. So we all think social media recommendation to a client will not 20-ish around the line Instagram. 30 to 45 also is there. You know what? Facebook initially started as a young people medium. Then people like me entered. Then all the children ran away. They went to Instagram. People like me followed them. They all ran away to Snapchat. You know what is Snapchat? Snapchat. Do you know that 182 million people from India are on Snapchat? It is never on any media plan recommendation by a digital company, social media company for. Now, do you know that 15 to 25% make most of their users? All the team and just they make about half of it. 15 to 25 bullseye target audience. Snapchat and 51% of them are women. Young women are on Snapchat. And why? Because you can do silly things there. Not because young women like silly things. Men also like silly things. Now, silly and goofy is marketable. What prevented you from putting an ad where Narendra Modi is wearing something? Obviously, you'll get arrested. But I'm saying that why should you show Virat Kohli with a bag? Why can't he do goofy things? That is an ad idea, right? So goofy and silly which say, business once Diesel did a campaign called Be Stupid. Twitter or X as it's called now. Number one social media news site, you all know that. Do you know that 35% of its content is funny? People visit it for funny content. And when clients say, I want my product, commercial, Twitter is the place where you need to upload your commercial first for it to go viral. People think YouTube will upload I've sent my commercial to 20 of my friends here. I think they'll share it with 20 others. WhatsApp, picture. 202 views. Start with Twitter. That's where things go viral. Influencer marketing now. Boss, I've come up with a new hashtag. This is what social media companies often say. The hashtag is Narayan for promoting ADMK. Contact 5 influencers and ask them to put this hashtag and say, Narayan. Now, what data says is they are not just for hashtags. 31% of social media discover new products through influencers. So if you have a new product, don't just say that let's do a launch ad, let's do a commercial. First, get influencers to push it slow. Google thing, etc. What are you doing? How many people have heard of Agria? Anyone has heard of Agria? You know Agria? Can you tell us what is it?
I have heard about it.
So Agria is a voice tech advertising company.
Sriram.
Yes. Voice tech advertising company. They actually, so Bank of Baroda wants to talk to its customers through a chatbot. They work with them and write a marketing script for the chatbot and put out such products. Now, voice technology is paisa. What are advertising people? That guy started Agria and he's working with all brands. And he's in voice tech #1 agency. We didn't even know it. Podcasting is huge. More than a quarter of Indians listen to podcasts at least once a day. The podcast could vary from listening to a spiritual guru, to a marketing talk, to some conversation. But did you know that quarter of Indians listen to podcasts? And podcasts these days, video podcasts are becoming bigger and bigger. Beer biceps, that guy, Alabadia. This podcast is watched by everyone watches their people he interviews. Everyone largely social media. Now, do you know that India is the third largest podcasting market in the world? 57 million. What are you doing to tap into what? Radio podcasting Spotify has 55 million active users in India. Spotify. Radio listenership, all put together in India is 51 million. One company podcasting which 57 million listenership per month, which is more than the radio channels in India. We didn't even know it. What are you doing about it? So you can see that advertising people are ill-equipped, ill-informed, and low-skilled. And we want everyone to appreciate this. So we need to change ChatGPT. 100 million in 2 months. Fastest. How many people have created GPTs with ChatGPT? 3, 4. Not bad. Should be all of you. Nothing taking about it. Ask this. Nothing taking about it. Just about prompts. That's all. It takes a half an hour YouTube video you need to watch. Naneke, you can go to create an app on how to talk crap like Anantha. 88%. Next one is, obviously, everyone is switching to AI. 88% of the marketers believe that AI works. 76% use it to create content. 76% are using for creating emails, presentations, social media content. Social media, AI is going to take over. Now, they will be scared because they're not adding any value to a client. The routine social media agency is not adding any value to the client. We have the skills to beat them in that field. Advertisers launching AI-driven campaigns achieve 18% higher conversions than normal campaigns. Just the AI, the ads that it creates have 18% more efficiency than us. This when AI is in bacha level stage. But 2 வருஷத்துல அது வேற லெவல்ல போயிடும். AI market is growing, Elon Musk believes AI. So AI, we are seeing it everywhere. I am saying we need to talk about advertising intelligence, not artificial intelligence. Because advertising intelligence is adding a level of smartness to what AI is doing and to create it. I have been using AI to create ad campaigns and they're winning appreciation everywhere across the internet. And some of these campaigns, it takes 7 days to art direct, 10 days to shoot. I did it in 2 hours. So 7 days to art direct, 10 days to shoot, and maybe 25 days to sell to a client. This is the campaign time, rejection, 2 hours I created it. Night I mailed to the client. He hasn't seen anything like this before. Approved. Yeah, that's the power of it. So, all of you might be thinking advertising is dead and so now advertising the way there are. What is the future of advertising? See, future of advertising could be anything. ChatGPT, AI, all these things that is synthesis. How many people have used synthesis here? Need to be a friend, I say. He's a former advertising guy, he's also a former advertising guy. Both are in tech-based companies now. What is synthesis?
Synthesia is an AI platform where you can enable your own AI avatar. We are now
AI avatar create your own AI avatar. Suddenly you can create a cool international African speaking guy for your local product.
Yeah, but the Tamil speaking AI is for a surprise.
Tamil speaking AI they've created AIs that can speak in 100 languages.
Yeah.
100 languages. Runway, ML. Yeah. Video creation. Octopus, I told you about presentations in 2 seconds or 3 seconds. Canvas, everyone knows. Jasper's copy, Big Journey, all. So a lot of AI programs are coming, and this is just the start. Everyone's talking virtual reality, virtual reality. The truth is, virtual reality hasn't really taken off because but the headset problem has been cracked. It's become huge, and virtual reality, the first thing that people are doing is creating something called digital twin. The digital twin will be, imagine if people were to create a digital twin of you who walks and talks like you, speaks like you. Future is going to be, you can license, she can license, he can license. Varun can actually license a virtual clone of his. On virtual reality, currently on facial features, but future when this happens, Amitabh Bachchan will have a virtual clone who can speak in English, and that will act in Hollywood films. Okay, and virtual reality clones can outlive a person forever. Recent Rahman, Shamil Hamid or a voicer, he revived through AI. Yeah. Today, 100 years from now, Shivaji Ganeshan can be cast in a cool ninja. Memes could be the next big thing. Whatever you do, leads. That's what client will want. So, some things are never going to change, no matter what. AI is the future. There's no doubt. Multiple forms of AI are going to happen. VR also will come. AR also will come. It will be a fusion of all these things with the additional revolution of robotics. Self-driving cars, electric. The world is going to be different in 10 years. What are you going to do? What will you do if AI takes away your job? How do you fight back? This guy has a solution. His name is Salman Khan. What is the solution? Being human. That's all that is required. Think like a human. AI can't. AI will try to fake a human. You can think like you. You can think like him. You can think like her. AI can't do that. It will try to mimic you. It can't be original. So human, to survive in this world of AI, you just need to be human. And I have a small mantra for you. How do ad agencies fight back? What do you need to do apart from advertising? SEO. What is SEO? Can someone define SEO?
Search engine optimization.
Adri, explain in simple part.
So basically, you optimize your website to have certain keywords, certain
to
rank better on search engine.
Simple as to be more visible in the web. First person that I see when I see you on the web, SEO helps you organically. Advertising, I need to make the brand visible. So, and SEO is all about effectiveness. So remember that effectiveness you need to do, make someone visible. In an AI world, how do you do that? Storytelling. Advertising, people know how to tell a story. That is our most important skill. Never forget that. Second most important skill is we can tap into emotional insights. AI is always rational. It might fake to tell a joke. I said AI can actually even do emotion. But what will work for Garupai sitting in Nagapatna? Yeah, we can tap into that insight faster than AI. By the time that AI studies 100 Garupais and comes, so emotional intelligence and insights we have. Most importantly, originality. Not the originality, but originality. The very fact that how do I stay different from the other guys? Advertising people know that. Social media people don't know that. Digital people don't know that. Performance marketing people don't know that. Clients don't know that. Brands don't know that. So using storytelling, using emotion, using originality, using advertising, if we think beyond advertising, think like McKinsey meets Booking. That is the sales pitch of my new company. Actually, I have started an advertising company called Noodles. It is based on the principles of advertising. So I am practicing what I preach. We are actually creating a platform for creators like you in 4-5 months and putting it out. So hopefully that will be a small start where advertising can take the ground back from place. So with that, I end my talk, Q&A, open. Holy shit, someone. Anyone has any questions? Usually no one
You had a slide with conversion rate for AI in advertising. There was 15-20% difference, you said.
18%.
18%. Could you give me an example of how that would work?
So, for example, how it will work is if, let's say, if Akshay Holmes comes to me and says, I need to develop a campaign, I will use the AI copywriter. I will use an AI search engine optimization tool, find out the right keywords, make AI write the thing, make AI design the thing, make AI do the media buying digitally, and then put it out. And make AI track the A/B testing, and also, so the entire thing, journey from beginning to end is done by AI with just a little manual intervention that has 18% more effectiveness than humans.
And it's happening already.
This is happening already worldwide. As in India, we've not done it yet. But, it's coming. You know, and soon all the techies from IIT, etc., they're not getting jobs, so they'll enter this field only. They'll say that we are AI marketers. No, they'll be a new term called AI marketers.
Adobe had launched, if you watched the summit 2 days before, Adobe has launched a comprehensive tool where you create AI co-pilot in the whole. So you have the AI analytics, campaign managers, everything built into it.
I think Arun and Yoga need to have a joint in IIT hostels and all. We used to have this crash course before the exam. Otherwise, you can identify same day or now advertising techie 101 or digital 101 for class now. Because I think there's a lot to learn from each other. Probably ad talks or a TED talks dunya, right? You can bring out an ad talks whatever. Where members help each other, alumni help each other. That can happen. Any other question?
Right. So I am one of the newbies here, and I am entering the advertising field right now. So I have grown up in the tech era where I know more of AI rather than advertising.
Okay.
So how do I learn advertising properly? Like how you talk about advertising? Where do I start?
So start by just going to YouTube and say that play the 100 best commercials in the world. Play the Super Bowl commercials. So you will get a lot of ideas on what the best kind of commercials that were created for different categories. Everything is coming back in a new form. So it's a cycle always. So you learn what all they did to promote different products, different brands. Brand building can be learned best from Americans. They've built wonderful brands. So you can just start with YouTube and you can go to Google and type absolute vodka ads, the famous print ads. So see all of that. You know, long form copywriting is still alive. People use it on digital media. I just tried recently, like Twitter. I wrote 5 long copy posts just to test out for this meeting. It went viral. So just to say that people don't, but it is about a topic that concerns political people. So it went viral. You need to talk the right things to the right audience. However long you write, it will, and it will go viral. So long copy works. Long copy can be learned from print advertising.
Another to add to one of the points that you're saying, I actually believe it's the other way around because I come from the digital side of things primarily. As much as advertising people don't understand digital people don't understand branding.
Yes, right. Actually, advertising people also don't understand branding. So branding is something that we all need.
So brand building, in the sense, I was here in 2010 and this was my first exposure to advertising and I was mind blown with the kind of things that I learned. Thanks to the people who come, right? Like the one good thing about ad club is people from the industry, they come in their evening hours and these are not teachers.
Okay.
But in UW, that's not the case, right? Like these are people who do teaching as a profession.
You must probably encourage the ad club to start courses for digital branding for digital marketers.
That would be actually
can start a course.
We are starting a branding, for a digital course in
So digital course, there are
plenty.
10,000 agencies that will teach you
Yeah.
digital, right? But there is nobody teach the right way of learning brand building for digital.
Advertising for the AI native. See, there are different kinds. See, don't teach advertising to advertising. Teach advertising to digital market, because all these people who are in digital, they didn't learn digital. They just did one certification course. They didn't learn marketing, but they are saying they're in digital marketing. You know, and the marketing part is missing. The advertising part is missing. That's what he's trying to say.
It's become all the more important because they think any junk that is generated is great content.
Yeah, exactly. So, and to add to the point, advertising has got democratized. Okay, so it's no longer the ad agency's baby. And the reason why the first question of is advertising dead was, is the ad agency dead? I think it's dying. We need to reinvent. Advertising is alive and kicking. My niece, she said it's everywhere. It's true. Digital advertising is everywhere. Social media advertising. She sees it as advertising. Ad agency people think, "Adi na illa, na avanalla." So we need to act like first thing that you need to do is to say that, hey, can I send a quick invite to all digital agencies in the city to join me? First of all, we'll get more members. Secondly, people will say, even our party but the fact is, this is going to be a world of collaboration. You need to collaborate with creative people, need to collaborate with techies, advertising people need to collaborate with digital marketing people. That's the only way we can win the battle. Otherwise, advertising people are going to lose the battle. Advertising is winning, ad agencies are losing. It's a funny thing, no?
Yeah, that's I'm Radhakumar. See, it's also fragmented. Earlier in the ad agency model, you had to probably specialize in print or TV or radio, Noodles, whatever. So it was like 4 or 5. Now it's so fragmented. My question is commercially oriented. Do you think it's practical for an agency to specialize in all these formats or most of these to make it commercially viable for me?
Good question. That is why you need platforms. You need to start aggregating. Uber, for example, the platform we built is called the Uber of creativity. Okay? Uber, there are individuals who drive a car. There are groups that have clusters. So the new kind of an agency, what it will do is work with platforms like these. Fiverr or a platform, for example, where creative people offer their services for $5 internationally. Now, if I'm a smart agency, I'll have a designer from Fiverr, a writer from Upwork, a freelancer. So you must structure your team in such a way that there needs to be a recruiter. So a new model needs to emerge where you can be the, for example, Blue Noodles. I'll just use some self-promotion. Blue Noodles is about bringing many threads together in one advertising board. The threads of digital marketing, the threads of technology, the threads of advertising, etc. What we do is curate it and give it to the client. Client sees only us. We liaise with a lot of creative consultants from across the world, from different streams, and piece the solution together and give it to the client. That's what in the earlier times you used to house all of them inside you. They don't need to reside inside. They can stay outside your agency, and clients are totally fine with that as long as you sign something called an NDA. That's all. I hope I answered your question. It's possible.
I think the other side to it, right? It's also the talent. I don't think even if you have all the money in the world, all these creators, they don't want to work on a job. They all want to be independent creators.
No, nobody says no to money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but you need to give them the right incentive. See, if I were to go to him and say, "Mancha, in the product, yeah. Varsham Mudra, now on projects 30,000 into potentially 25 projects. It's a substantial amount. For example, it is Prashant movie reviewer online. He charges something like 40,000-50,000. If you tell him, "I'll give you a deal throughout the year, 20K to 1 year," immediately he'll say, who says no to business? Exactly. So side income everybody wants. This is called a side hustle. When you just go to some hotel and offer your services.
So what yoga, I think, essentially says it's difficult to hire people full time. It's better to.
You can't hire. See, the model of this is you need to have a core team of how Noodles has been structured. There's a core team of full-time people. Yeah. And 95% of our employees are part-timers. And you need to be, when you're sourcing this model, you need to be clear about the integrity. You need to handpick your thing. In IT field, this has been done for years. So, and let's tell, we are the field that invented freelancing after prostitution. Okay, so we know freelancing. We invented work from home. Advertising invented work from home. And the people have been working from home. We invented flexi working. Advertising has contributed so much to the world, and we can't be saying things like this advertising thing. Advertising is thriving. Ad agencies are sinking. So you need to remodel yourself. So if Ad Club is about advertising agencies. So if Ad Club were to champion the cause of advertising and were to say that, let me call all digital marketers, performance partners to be part of my club, your story will be very different. Advertising club ke vanda avukku lecture kodra.
No, I think we got some free consultations.
Thank you.
Coming from the film production background, just have a couple of questions. Like, one is, advertising agencies dying, aspect. Film production, actually, majority of agencies are actually running because they make films. Because that's where the big money is involved. So, face for reality, budgets are slashing, qualities are very compromised. இந்த அளவுக்கு clean ஆகி இதுல பண்ணணும்னு நினைச்சு வரணும் இந்த ப்ராப்பரான
example. I'll tell you how you need to handle this. So primarily, clients earlier used to do 10 films a year. Now they are doing 50 films. 50 films, they are doing testimonials, unboxing, customer review, sales meet creators, explainer videos, and one film for the year. And the ad agency guys, we all increase the price of the TV commercial 1 crore, 1.5 crores. That won't work anymore. We need to do 20 lakhs and under kind of commercials. And you need to create, unoda company liye, you need to create multiple offerings. You know, filmmakers need to offer products. You are offering services. The way for you to go forward is products. First, do you need a logo identity film? I can make a logo identity film. Logo identity film and the MTV logo Losa which that is called a logo identity film. You need a logo identity film. I do it for 1.5 lakhs. Again, on website search logo identity film. Arun is offering it for 1.5 lakhs. Start selling products. Explainer videos at this price. Menu card code. Instagram reels, this price. So, service, my advice is to service oriented ad agencies also is, where is your product? You can't say that my product is a newspaper ad or a 30-second TV commercial. So does other guy. Other guy also saying 30-second TV commercial. What is the difference between your product? You're selling a commodity to me. Where is your product? Product is always something different, right? Commodity means something similar. So what is your product? So ad agencies don't have a product today. It's time ad agencies came up with their own products, and it's easy to do. Filmmakers need to have their own products.
So we have to unlearn the technicalities of filmmaking and then do not go.
Yeah, even the raw feel. Client, but TikTok feels that. TikTok feel கொடுக்குறேன் சார் உங்களுக்கு 50,000 ரூபாய்க்கு 50,000 ரூபாய் பண்ணிப்பான் 50,000 ரூபாய் TikTok feel அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம். சஞ்சு ஐயப்பா தான் charge a crore for something that is doing that kind of a feel. Sanju Ayyappa. He's established himself. But I'm saying you need to market raw looks as styles. And the raw look, recipe look is unga ad recipe look. Recipe look na this mari this nana irukku. Idu enakku podu ido say vechuko. At least in a style na pesa. So you need to find new ways of, everyone should advertise themselves. You are an advertiser now. You are going to use advertising and you're going to use advertising. Advertising means you need to know your customer, what he wants. See, the mistake that filmmakers are making is they are ready with a product and are finding customers for it. You must look at a customer, what he needs, and create a product for him. Matrimonial, for example, matrimonial company, you go to him and create a product where I create a template where anyone can speak and it will be a nice profile video of them. Hi, நான் சீதா பேசுறேன். நான் வந்து வீட் கலர் காம்ப்ளெக்ஷன், வீட்டிஷ் காம்ப்ளெக்ஷன் எனக்கு பையன் தேவை அப்படின்னு நீ ஒரு டெம்ப்ளேட் கிரியேட் பண்ணனா 100,000 people on shadi.com can use that template. AI tool வச்சு நீ கிரியேட் பண்ணனா ப்ராடக்ட் தலைவாப்பா என் கம்பெனி டெக் ஹெட் மார்க்கெட்டிங் ஹெட் ஆரம்பி. So you need to think on your feet. Think of the customer, create a product.
No, it's just adding on to it. So that
Yeah. She's a veteran producer. Yeah.
She's out of the same product. So how we said, we have to create a product.
Yeah.
See,
See, சத்தமா பேசுங்க.
No, there are people watching it.
Like for example, a month ago, we had to pitch for a restaurant.
People are watching it. So
So, the sector
Arvind is speaking. Yes.
So we will like how we say products are no create from India. We belong to Andhera of I was into advertising and then we were coming. But when we are going for a restaurant client, for example, he's a popular restaurant chain and suddenly he wanted to create films. And you can't go and sell. The moment he calls you itself, you should know. He can't spend 25-30 lakhs films. அதுவே கம்மி தான். நம்ம அட்வர்டைசிங்ல இருந்து வந்தா அதுவே 30 லட்சமே ஒரு படத்துக்கு ரொம்ப கம்மி. அதெல்லாம் தாண்டிட்டு வருவோம். 30 லட்சம் வராது, நல்லா தெரியும். அப்போ அவனை பார்த்ததுக்கு முன்னாடியே நம்மளுக்கு தெரியும் அவங்க கிட்ட அந்த காசு. அவனுக்கு தேவை quantity. How many films that you will churn out. And you have to talk a certain language that is appealing to him. Like for example, you go and tell him, இதுதான் சொல்லி அந்த pitch win பண்ணோம். Sir, we will do ASMR reels. ASMR reels அப்படிங்கிறது ஒண்ணுமே இல்லை. நம்ம ரிலீஷிங் வீடியோஸ் பண்ணுவோம்ல, பிராண்ட் நம்ம அழகா ஒரு பண்ணிட்டு தோசையை நல்லா சாப்பிடுறது அப்படின்னு சொல்றது ரெகுலரா ஆடோட டெம்ப்ளேட். அந்த ஸ்டோரியை கட் பண்ணிட்டு டெம்ப்ளேட்டை வச்சுட்டு டெம்ப்ளேட்டை இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் சொபிஸ்டிகேட்டடா பண்றது தான் ASMR. But when you tell them, when you are
What does ASMR stand for?
அதெல்லாம் தெரியாது. அது விக்குமான See, what I get it is, yeah, AI is there. Yeah, digital is there. Like rightly when Anantha said, Anantha, we tried this with another client from Bangalore. Originally, I'm the script எழுதணும். ChatGPT does only, நான் script எழுத சொன்னோம். ChatGPT one. So this is how we are also being made. என்ன பண்ணலாம்? See, பாதிக்கு எனக்கு வந்து எக்ஸ்பான்ஷன் தெரியாது. Whatever that is, I don't know. But what we know as production people is, we know the core of the client. That AI cannot steal from us. அவங்கள நடந்து வரும்போதே நமக்கு தெரியும். ஜட்ஜ் பண்ணிடலாம், கிரிட்ல போட்டுலாம். இதுதான் வேலை, இது இவ்வளவுதான் ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ணணும். இந்த வாட்டருக்கு அவங்க இவ்வளவுதான் பட்ஜெட் இருக்கும், AI பண்ணாது. But then we can go to AI and use our experience to create reels for them. Advertising is thriving.
There is one last question from Zoom chat. This is from Arvind Ramalika. When do we see AI? Anantha's intelligence in the new
Last part.
When do we see AI? Anantha's intelligence in a new campaign.
Coming soon.
Okay.
Okay, now we would like to give this wonderful personal gift to Mr. Anantha.
Unboxing. Vanilla.
These wrappers are meant to be torn.
Customer is easier product.
newspaper. Print it back. I think it features.
This is actually the Hindu issue on his birthday.
And Genex, my age is 53. Still in all years.
I think if you read the headlines and other news, no, we will realize that nothing has changed in this world.
Yeah.
It's almost the same.
Still talking about politics,
Yeah.
elections, change in symbol,
Corruption.
And Bonvita's
fresh incidents in Bengal.
Bonvita's branding has also not changed.
Lovely guys, thank you so much. Advertising
This kind of a gift can become very good.
Guys, thank you so much, and I think although I heard from this talk, I think there's a lot to unlearn. Go back and start from scratch. Probably just going back to LKG days and then again start back. So thank you so much for your time. And I know most of you know him, but and I think he's always available whenever somebody reaches out to share his knowledge. And I think that's a great quality of Anantha. It's great to have you here. And
He's my PR agent.
So thank you guys for taking time. I know it's it's almost 8:30. Taking time off on a holiday, and I think it's one of the longest sessions we have had. Okay, so thank you so much, and look forward to engaging with you guys more and having more sessions such as this. Please do engage with the club more. Share your thoughts and ideas, and let us know what we need to do so that we are always available, and we are open to get suggestions and thoughts from you guys to see how we can improve in terms of delivering content and other things. Yeah, thank you so much.
The art club has been one place we can all look up to. I looked up to it when I was a kid, a cup writer, and I used to regularly attend their business line of business. They have, no matter how tough the situation is, no matter advertising agencies are dying, whichever agency shuts off, they're always there. And this year, against all odds, they put together one course after 5 years and they revived it. You give them a big hand. When there are no sponsors available, they put in their own money and cut up the brand quiz. Who's keeping the flame of branding alive? Ant Club. Give them a big hand. I think they are the most active ant club in the country. After Abby's, you have the Pepper Ant Club, Kochi, everyone talks about that, but they don't do any of this. They, Bangalore Ant Club does just a quiz and a carom or a chess tournament or anything. Ant Talks is their property. They've created many such things, and I think going forward they have many more exciting ideas. We need to support them. We need to be available to them wherever there is. First, you cash out these two guys and get a refresher who is delivered to people. You need to do a talk on digital or whatever. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I think just come to the talk.
We would like to have a photo snap of everyone on the speaker, please. Don't join in.
Late on that later. So Hogarth is the largest agency in Chennai.
It's a global option. So we work for UK.
Oh, nice. Okay. So I work with Karthik for
You guys one of the talented designers, most talented.
I don't think who's
taking a photo?